Welcome to our podcast, The Mystic Sisters, with Kelly and Sarah. And in our podcast, we will be talking about magical and spiritual topics. Today's topic is past lives. One of the services I offer is past life regression therapy. I also give past life readings as well. And I come across a lot of people who, during these sessions, who have issues that they want to heal, they want to work through. So it could be that they have a connection here with a partner or a relation, and there may be an issue, and they want to see if there's a past life issue that they need to heal. So it could be an issue that you don't really understand in this life. It could be a pattern that keeps reoccurring, and you're not sure of where this is coming from. And this will help to shed light on this issue. Sometimes we can have these reoccurring patterns in our life, and if we don't know the reason behind them, it can be a good idea to look back in your past lives to see if this is something that's coming from a past life. Often people will have past life regression therapies as well if they have a fear. So there could be a trauma that they've had in a past life that's caused them fear in this life. So you may have, for instance, a fear of water that is unexplained in this life. You may feel like it's come from nowhere. You may not remember anything traumatic happening with water, with drowning in your current life. But if you explore into your past lives, you may discover that there was a past life where you drowned, and this is why you're feeling this fear now, because it's not healed. So through having past life regression, you can go back and you can discover where this trauma comes from, and you can heal it. Because we have these energy imprints. There could be a trauma or experience from past life that can be affecting us now. But it's not always bad things. It could be that you may feel a very strong connection to a period in time, or there could be a hobby that you've always had, and you might want to know where you've got this interest from. You may want to know why you feel so drawn to a particular period of history, like ancient Egyptians. You may feel drawn to ancient Rome, and so you want to go back to find out, to explore where this comes from if you've had a past life here. So there's lots of different reasons why people choose to go back, but it can be a very healing process, and it can also help us to understand more about ourselves as a person, as a soul, and why we're here now. And it can help us with connecting with our purpose as well. Our souls choose to experience lifetimes on earth so we can learn. There may be a certain lesson that we want to learn that we can take back and will help our souls to evolve. Often we go through trauma here on earth. We go through difficult experiences to help our souls learn more about this and to help us become more compassionate and to help us to heal other people. We can also experience many good things as well that will help our souls to evolve. Experiencing love is a very strong reason why people come to earth as well. We want to experience not just loving other people, but loving ourselves as well. Each experience that we have on earth makes us wiser, and it helps our souls to ascend as well. One question that often comes up when people come to me for readings is what their purpose is, because we can feel very lost here on earth and we want to know why we're here. And in my experience, we often have more than one purpose. We have more than one mission. We often have missions that will help us heal on a personal level. It may be a few things that we come here that we need to heal. We may be bringing through lessons from other lifetimes that we want to heal here. As well as our own personal missions, we also have missions that can help humanity as well. So maybe that your purpose is connected to helping people speak their truth or helping people to love themselves. Also, by working through these personal life purposes, you are helping humanity as a whole, because through healing ourselves, we are healing the collective. we often come through with our soul family and we work together to heal, and our energies are very strongly connected. So through healing ourselves, we also letting go of trauma, of ancestral pain, so our souls can ascend. So this day I gave a past life regression to Kelly, and Kelly came to me because she had an issue that she wanted to heal in this session, something that had been on her mind a lot. And so I talked to her about having a regression, and I explained to her that it could be a trauma from past life and we could heal this during the session. And she wants to talk to us now about her experience and what she learned from this experience.
The experience was really intense and amazing. I really have been struggling, and thanks to you, Sarah, because I didn't know where these repeated patterns kept coming from. And if you didn't tell me that it was from a past life, it was hard for me to figure it out, because I feel like I have so much karma that I've been healing in this lifetime, but I really didn't realize just how deep some of the wounds were until we went into the past life. And when I went in there, it was really cool to see the past life, the imagery. Like, I could see it so vivid. I could still see me riding a horse. I could still see me in this white dress. I could see me as a pagan, as an herbalist. So it was really beautiful to see that past life and to really feel it and to like experience it, and then to see where those issues were coming from as well. Like, you helped me, you guided me, and while you were guiding me, I was like able to really envision this and to see these things. And it was amazing to not only experience it, but to also see the person in this lifetime that I was having issues with, to go back to that past life and to see where these root causes were of why we were having issues and troubles. It's kind of amazing when you feel like your soul feels drawn to somebody and you don't really know why, and then you go back to these past lives, and you help me also not only see the past life, but then we went to like Akashic Records and I could see the soul contract, and it explained more to me on a soul level, instead of like I'm usually sometimes have that struggle of being on earth with this energy, this dense energy. So you help me see it more from a spiritual level. Like, one of my problems is I'm always kind of like very hard on myself, and I've had this problem in past lives, taking on other people's pain, but also always feeling guilty and responsible when I can't help somebody, and I take that pain on, and I need to heal that. But another cool thing that came through, I didn't know how deep this was, and it's just funny that it came through and you helped me see it. And I was actually saying this last night. I don't want to be here in a way, like on this planet. I'd rather be on another planet. And that came through as well, because that's been another struggle with me. Like, I know that there's somewhere else that I really loved, and it's hard being here, and I have that struggle a lot. And so does this other person that was in my life. Like, we both struggle, and that's another issue. And I honestly didn't really realize just how deep it was until you helped me see that. So that was pretty intense, and it's something that I really need to work on, to see like you told me, to see the beauty here on earth, and to try to ground myself more into this reality and to not focus on the hardships. And I think that's where I've been stuck, is with that past life. But when you helped me go through it, and not only that, you were helping to show me how to heal from it and to heal. I didn't know you could do that until you showed me that, how you can actually heal a past life and to send that healing energy through. So that was really a big deal for me, to actually to be able to go through that and then to send my past life that type of healing. I'm still kind of like in awe about it, because it's just it just kind of leaves me speechless of what I just saw.
Did it help you understand more about your spiritual gifts?
It did. I saw, as being a pagan, I saw that I was working with a lot of herbs in nature, and I did Reiki then, but it was a little bit more intense, because I really knew a lot about herbs back then. And there was an apothecary, and I was just so deeply connected to nature back then. Like, it was very amazing. Like, I think I loved nature more. I think I appreciated a little bit more in that lifetime than I do right now. I think I had such a strong connection to nature and so in tune with it. And that's something that I wish I could bring into this part of it, you know.
Is this something that you want to try and bring into your current life?
I did like that feeling of knowing how to work with herbs like that, to like to be able to heal with herbs. That's something that I'd like to bring through. That was pretty wild.
Did it help you understand more about what you need to heal in your current life?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you brought up just the repeated patterns that I've been going through. You know, the repeated patterns in me, kind of like self-sabotage, because it's like this self-sabotaging thing. It's like when I feel that I can't help others, like I know I'm a healer and I'm supposed to heal, but when I can't get through to others and I can't help heal them, I feel responsible. And it makes me sad. And then I feel sometimes like I'm a failure, like I'm doing something wrong. And I think I've struggled with that in past lives. Like if someone died, or not even that, if they had an addiction and I couldn't help heal them, and I don't want to see that kind of loss. Like I don't like losing people. So I think there's also like abandonment wounds I have as well. So I have this reoccurring pattern that I'm really starting to see now, that I really have to let that go.
And it's helped you gain a wider perspective of your life and draw your attention to what you need to heal then.
Yeah, definitely. Like between that part of it, and then you were showing me how I could actually heal that. I didn't know that there was ways that you could do that besides you bringing me into my past life and showing it to me. You were showing me like how to heal it. And that's intense, because I've really been struggling with that. And it's like there's that piece of it, but the big part of it is the struggle. I'm so glad that you brought the struggle, the other struggle to light, is the struggle of me being here on earth. You helped me realize that one, because I always felt I didn't fit in, on a deep sense, and I always felt, different, and I always struggled with these feelings of wanting to be somewhere else, like on another planet, and it depresses me sometimes, and it's hard. I've only honestly been able to tell you that no one else really understands me. If I was to tell, honestly, no one around me understands me. There's no one in my area that understands me. Like it's very hard for me to connect with people because they don't understand that when I talk about those things. So it's very hard, and it makes me sad because I feel alone a lot. I feel very alone,
How did you feel during the healing process of this regression?
It felt good. It felt warm, like sunshine and stuff. And the healing symbols that came through were just, it just felt, the way I can explain it is I just felt like this warmth. I felt love. I saw green. I saw like heart shapes. And I just really felt very loved. And I felt more connected to my body with the healing. Like you were helping me, I think, to even ground myself better. I felt like my spirit was trying to like settle back in more, like to be more centered and stuff and grounded, and I felt like you were helping me with that, and it was like helping me heal my soul, and at the same time you were helping me to heal another soul as well as that past life, and it felt it just felt good, because it just felt like maybe now I can close the door now on that part and then just focus on the future, you know?
Yeah. And your spirit guide accompanied you on this regression, and you could feel your spirit guide with you closely as well. And did you feel him sending you healing as well during this regression?
Yeah, it brings tears in my eyes, because he's I don't know, I'm just so lucky, like, to have him. I don't know what I would do without him, because he's like such a supporter for me, and he's like so super protective of me. And I could literally envision him in that past life as a spirit, because he's such a strong spirit. And whenever I have trouble, I could see him in that past life regression. I could actually see him over me whenever I was sad. And he does that now. And I'm telling you, like, I'm really blessed in that sense. And the sense of that, I'm so lucky to have that kind of like care. You know what I mean? Like, he pulls me out of dark places all the time, and he leads me in like the right direction. And I'm just really lucky, you know?
It's nice that you feel such a strong connection with your spirit guides, because our spirit guides, they're like our friends, that they accompany us on this journey. They come with us to Earth, and they keep us protected, and they give us guidance when we're feeling lost in our lives. And if you're new on this journey, on your spiritual journey, when you start to develop a relationship with your spirit guide, you'll feel this love that they send you. As you start to develop a connection with your spirit guide, you'll feel this strong love coming through, because they're the best friends that we don't realize that we have, because we come through to Earth, we lose our memory when we come through the veil, and we forget who we are as a soul. We can feel very lost. But our spirit guides, they always know who we are, and they help to guide us towards our purpose.
And if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't know exactly who my spirit guide was, because the funny thing is I was always very, very strongly attached to him. Like, I knew as a child, like, I didn't know he was my spirit guide, but I knew I had a very strong attachment to him, and he was always trying to give me signs. And I always felt very, very attached to him in his past life, you know. And until I met you, because you're a member of my soul family, until you said, hey, you did one of your readings, and you're like, the reason why you're so strongly attached and having all these dreams of him is he's your spirit guide. So you helped me uncover that and unlock that for me. And that really has been such a huge help, because until then, our bond got stronger, like me and my spirit guide. And I feel like there's a lot of things I didn't know, like to ask him for help, or because there's a lot of times when they have to stand back and let us, you know, do our own thing. And until we ask for help, they stand back. And now that I know he's there, I feel like I'm getting a lot more guidance, you know?
Yeah, because our spirit guides, they can't intervene too much, because we're here to learn our lessons. We come through these different lifetimes so we can achieve these goals that we have and learn. But they are there to give us guidance, and they give us this guidance through our intuition, and they help us with making decisions and with healing ourselves. We need to learn to trust ourselves, because often the block with connecting with our spirit guide is that we doubt ourselves, we question the connection, we wonder if we're just imagining it. And so it can take a while to build confidence in your ability and trust in your intuition. But as you start to build that trust, you will feel the stronger connection with your spirit guide.
You're so right about that, because I think that was like the biggest problem in my past, was like not trusting myself enough. It's like, is this really happening? And you kind of like really helped build my confidence in that, and I didn't start automatic writing until you told me about it. You did a couple past life readings for me, and you're like, your spirit guide wants you to do automatic writing, and then you helped me with that, and that was like the best gift I learned, because that's when I really was able to talk to him more clearly with the automatic writing. And it made me feel more confident when I do the automatic writing, because I feel that, okay, now this is making a little bit more sense, because now we're having an actual conversation here.
Yeah, our spirit guides, they often choose ways that are more comfortable to us to communicate with. So Kelly is a writer, and his spirit guide, he chooses to communicate with her through writing because it's something that is natural to her. Your spirit guide is also very good with words as well, so he communicates with her in this way. And because I'm a visual person, my spirit guides, they often communicate with me with images and with pictures. Sometimes even with drawings, artwork, they'll show themselves. Because your spirit guides will choose a way that is natural to you. So if you're someone that is visual, they'll use images. If you're someone that is very connected with emotions, feelings, they may come through clairsentience with these intuitive feelings. If you're someone that is academic, you may have there's something called clear knowledge, where your spirit guides will communicate with you through intuitive knowledge. You may receive this knowledge that just comes to you intuitively about a subject that you don't know anything about. So there's lots of different ways that your spirit guide will choose to communicate with you. It's just what is the right energy for you.
It makes a lot of sense too, because yeah, he definitely, my spirit guide likes to do writing. Sometimes he'll send me music too, like to cheer me up, or just to give me like some ideas, of what he's trying to convey to me, but I love that too, because he's really good with music as well as the writing. So sometimes it's like, I'll just hear in my head, I'll just have these beautiful songs, like I'll hear a beautiful song and it resonates. And the cool thing is I did hear, like Nights in White Satin, and that's because of our past lives that, was very short. Or you helped me with one, you did a reading not too long ago, and you're like, hey, your spirit guide's trying to tell you, he's singing. And I love this song too. You Are My Sunshine, My Only Sunshine. And you told me he was singing that, and he wanted me to know that. And the funny thing is I love that song, and I did hear it. And the weird thing is, in the past, that was my nickname given to me by other people.
That's really nice.
Yeah, every now and then they'll say that. They'll call me Sunshine or something. I'll get that, and I'm like, that's my spirit guide, like giving me the nudge.
It's nice that our guides, they'll find ways to uplift us as well, to make us smile, because Kerry's guide is often finds ways to make her laugh. He's got a good sense of humor.
He does. He has a really good sense of humor. How about today? Today I'm like, I didn't even know how to tell you this. I'm like, you're gonna find this very strange, but I was doing a meditation and he appeared as a centaur. You're like, well, he likes freedom. And I'm like, yes, I picked up on that he had this sense of freedom, and he was frolicking and stuff. But at the same time, it's like he was making me laugh,
Yeah. He's able to uplift the energies and make you feel better.
Definitely. Or how about his sense of, he's very, very, I feel his protection at times too. So at times I'll feel like him being around me, like protecting me too, or maybe he'll push a man like away or something because he's protective, like that's not going to happen again, or not right now, not today.
He keeps your energy very safe. On the past life regression, he joined you on this journey to help you protect your energy. Because during the past life regression, I talked to you about bringing through a guide or an angel to come with you, because you may want to invite a spirit guide, an angel, or loved one to come with you to help you protect your energy. And so we invited Kelly's guides to come with her to protect her energy and to keep her safe, because going to these past lives, we may see some traumas, even though we're detached from past life. We are. It's like watching a movie. We're seeing it happen, and we are feeling this energy. We feel like we are experiencing these feelings while we're there. But we can, as I guide you through, you detach from the energy. So it's not something you take through with you. Because I've done regressions in the past where I felt very emotional. I can see the images playing in my mind, and I felt these emotions. But as soon as I moved on to the next scene, I feel like I've let go of that emotion. Our guides come with us to give us that extra bit of protection. In case something traumatic comes up, they can help us to protect our energy from anything negative and to heal as well. And our guides will send us healing before we leave that regression.
I noticed that I just felt like very close to him, like the whole time. I literally was like, I felt like my arms were around him, like, because I know I could trust him. That's the other thing. There's a lot of trust there. So as soon as you said that to me when we first started, you're like, well, you can call on your guiding, angels you mentioned. I'm like, oh, no, I know who I want. I want my guide. The cool thing about him is, like, I feel his soul and my soul are made of the same things. And, like, he's like the closest person in the whole entire universe to me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Most people feel close, like they'll say their family or this person or that person, because he's also my soulmate and my soul family. He's like the closest thing to me that I have in this whole world. So it's like, I feel like that sense of like that, I just feel so safe with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really nice that you've got that connection with him.
But it's thanks to you. Like, thank God, you helped me discover that, because I always knew there was something there, but I didn't know exactly. I didn't know he was my spirit guide. I knew I loved him. I knew I cared about him. I knew I was always sad that he wasn't in this life. And, I just always felt a strong connection to him. But if it wasn't for you, I didn't know he was my guide. So the bond got stronger. And then I could start hearing him clearly once you identified things for me,
Yeah. So we can also develop a connection to our spirit guides through meditation as well. This is a good way of feeling the energies, and you may be shown your spirit guide, you may hear them or sense their energy during meditations. Because there are lots of meditations you can do online where you can meet your spirit guides, and you may not see them or feel them straight away, but over time you will be able to pick up on their energy more.
And that just made me think of something as well, back to that subject of just like, soul family. Like, you're my soul family, and it's cool how we met, because I know he set that up. I know that my spirit guide set that up for us to meet, a few years ago. And the thing is, the wild thing about it is, it's like, I kept saying, I know her. And I just wanted to call you Elizabeth. It was like from a past life. And I'm like, we're sisters. And I just kept getting all these feelings. And, and finally it came out. It's like, yeah, well, we're from the same soul family. But it was like funny, because when it's your soul family, it's like there's something that you're like but I know you, like, you know, like, and
Yeah,
everything just kind of resonates, you know?
yeah. When we meet our soul family, we feel that sense of knowing, even though we may not have met them in this lifetime. We feel like we already know them, and it's because we've got this soul family connection. And you may have a past life regression, and then you may see that person in a past life then, and you may have had a really close relationship with that person in the past life, and you meet this person now in your current life, and that's why you feel like you already know them.
That's the hardest part for me because, you know, my spirit guide, because we've had past lives together and that he's not in this lifetime. That's one thing that I do wish he's here. But at the same time, I wouldn't have all this protection if he wasn't watching over me, you know? Like, he reminds me of that all the time, that even though I miss him deeply and I wish he was here, he's really such a strong support. Like, I mean, you've even said it. If he was here with me now, he has his own lessons, so it wouldn't be a strong connection as it is right now. As he's able to support me, he's able to support me better. And it was set up this way, you know, to help me heal.
Yeah, it depends what we need in each lifetime. Sometimes we will choose certain souls to have a relationship with on Earth, or sometimes they'll come through as a spirit guide because we need that protection through the lessons that we learn in our current lives. But we still feel that connection with them because our soul remembers the past lives that we've had.
Well, the thing that really keeps me going is knowing the fact that by healing myself, I'm healing the soul family too, and it's helping him. He's healing on the other side and he helps me, but I also help heal him as I heal myself. So when we incarnate together in the next lifetime, we'll be able to have a better relationship. And to be honest, that kind of is what gets me through the day, knowing that in the next lifetime we have a contract to be together. And that is what really, honestly, a lot of the times when I'm feeling down, I'm like, well, I will see him in the next lifetime. And I just keep reminding myself to do good. I'm like, don't get, you know, dragged into like the ego. Try not to get too depressed, because the more I keep healing, I'm going to have a better future in the next life. You know, hopefully in this life at some point we'll go better. Fingers crossed. You know what I mean? Like, all these harsh lessons that I've been through and everything, you know, that we go through as healers, or what we sign up for to go through. And even through this ascension process, it's been painful, but I keep hoping that it gets better. And even if it does, if things don't go that smoothly in this lifetime, I know that all this good stuff that I do in this life will carry to the next one. So that keeps me going as well, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. So you feel clearer now on how you're going to work towards your purpose now in your current life.
Definitely. Yeah, it does. It gave me like more of a direction now. Like, when you help me heal that, it's like, okay, that makes sense. And it's on a soul level, that's what I was feeling. And it's kind of creepy because the person in this life and that past life, you know, that we were trying to heal, like, you know, the issues that I was having with him, he noticed that about me. He said that about me. He's like, you always feel bad about stuff, or like you feel bad enough about, he knew that he always sensed how badly I felt about his pain, and I would pick it up a lot, and it would really hurt me when I couldn't help, you know what I mean? And I didn't realize this is something that's been going on not only in a past life with him, but in a lot of my past lives. If I couldn't help, or if I couldn't heal and everything, you know, it made me feel bad about myself, you know, and it made me really struggle and question myself a lot. And by doing that past life regression, you helped me heal that, and to just know, you know, that it's not what I thought, like it was from a past life. So a lot of this that I was picking up on was from my past lives, you know?
Yeah. Thank you for listening out to our podcast, Mystic Sisters. We'll be back again next week with the next installment.